welcome back to We Play Games. I'm Walker, and here we are in our Mandate of Heaven campaign, about to continue our wars against Qing. I don't think we're going to enter into an alliance with you, Manchuria. We are going to instead. We will puppet you. We will do that, but that's for later. So yeah, this is the Mandate of Heaven. So we are going to be trying to conquer China. I think what we're doing right now is just working up towards trench works. We need to incorporate Beijing, and we need to massively expand it. Let's see what happens if we have everybody in government getting bolstered. That'd be pretty funny. So yeah, once we got trench works on the books, there's a year cooldown where your troops are going to be worse. We're going to try not to fight a great power during that time frame. But once we have trench online, then our troops they should be a lot stronger. Oh my god, they're still fighting. They're still fighting. There's something going on in Europe. I don't know what. We can't actually look at it without serious frames per second problems. So we will just have to check in after the war. But there's a fun revolt going on over there. I just can't wait to be king. I can't wait for us to be able to take over Manchuria. We're gonna be able to take it in the next war that we have against them, and boy, we're ravenously hungry for this coal. Just so hungry for it. Delicious. And if we can get another war front, curses! We got labor movement unlocked by tech spread. Curse you, tech spread. Everybody give me a curse you tech spread in the chat. It's very useful for us, because we are going to have a lower innovation cap, because we can't really afford to get our literacy up to 100 with this reliance on the Buddhist monks here. Let's go ahead and conquer state on Johor. These are both terrible. I hate both of you. An intelligentsia or a landowner. Oh, but at least you are a very, very, very capable military commander, so we will take you. Steel frame buildings means with the next war against China, we're going to need to take another state from them. Not just like make them release stuff. We are going to need to take more peasants, because if we run out of peasants, that'd be pretty bad. Yeah, Shanxi, this state here, Shanxi is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. That might be the next war goal that we set against China, because it's going to come with an enormous number of peasants, which is going to be really helpful for our construction sectors, because otherwise we're going to start running out of places to put them. Don't you feel foolish for resisting us? Don't you feel just a little foolish for having resisted us? We're going to go ahead and we're going to attack Kuch and just see what happens. I think we should be all right. I think we should be okay. So now we're going to be fighting against a nice little alliance here, because the Chinese have jumped in on this. All right, it looks like our troops are successfully pummeling China. It'd be really exciting if we could take this. This is an A+ state. 116 coal is going to fix up our economy something big. Let's see how far we can push, because they're not going to be here for 12 days. Seize the Mandate of Heaven with your own 2 hands, Komei. Oh, you guys, who said to abandon that front? Who said? Hands up. Tell me who said to abandon that front. Call the Emperor back. We have another naval invasion we have to execute. Electrical generation unlocked. Oh, thank goodness. All right, sweet. The infinite war here is still going on. 156 million. Great Britain is just going to be on permanent mobilization for the entire game, though. So they're not. You're never going to catch them with their feet flat-footed. But we're taking Manchuria in a box right here. That is exactly what this province is. This is 116 coal, 96 iron mines. It also has a bonus to its infrastructure and a bonus to its agricultural output in case we want to put a bunch of wheat farms down for some reason. This is going to be a big deal. Ooh, steel frame buildings. That's also going to be a big deal. We're already like at maxed out automation, and we're still struggling to like find ways to get pops together, because we're not doing any sort of migration. We're just doing migration controls rather. Yes. Look at that. I mean, don't literally look at it, because it is a little border gory, but we got it, you guys. All right, so yeah, let's build our construction sector here up to max and do a bunch of rail, and then do a bunch of government stuff. And then we'll come back. Oh, wait. And then do a bunch of coal mines also. So the Japanese fleet is going to successfully escort Komei all the way out to Portugal. Yeah, look at this guy. Look at this guy over here. Look at this guy with this 67 offense. Yeah, sure. Jeezy Pete's Walker. We conquered a place to put down some opium, and then we completely forgot to put down some opium. We have a truce with Manchuria until December. So then we'll go back and pick them up. Right now, it doesn't look like we might end up fighting Russia again. We might end up fighting Russia again if they decide to intervene, but that's not even a sure thing. All right, let's go ahead and make good on our promise to puppet Manchuria. Oh, Manchuria back down. All right. Well, we added a bunch of infamy for nothing, but that's okay. Yeah, we want to be able to have a one-on-one versus Korea and get them to return all of the things that we have return state CB on. And then open browser. We're at 91 infamy. No, Joseon, stop. Don't yield like this. Well, that was a lot more infamy than it needed to be. What wretched border war is this? A radical France versus regular France? Is radical France another monarchy? It is another monarchy. They're always monarchies. That's the hip, cool way to be radical in patch 1.1.2 is to just be a monarchy, but like a different kind of monarchy. Oh, France is in a civil war. That means we could potentially use this as an opportunity to just nab Siam. We will transfer subject on Siam, and now we're going to fight France. We could potentially now sway Austria to our side by offering them an open market on Siam. I mean, all right, we could do that. Austria is the number 2 world power here. How Great Britain's down to number 4, and they haven't even lost their empire yet? I don't know what they're doing. Yes, France back down. Oh, excellent. So now we can make Siam into a puppet. If you intervene in this, I'm going to naval invade you to death. All right, yeah, we're going to just build a big navy, and then that's it. We're fighting everybody. Ainu Secession is trying to break away. Yeah, you could try. Everyone realizes that this is insane. You can't win. Siam back down. Yep, Siam back down. Excellent. So yeah, I guess our next war against Korea is just going to be puppet annex, because I think that's it. I think once we've got this expanded navy online, we really are just going to be in World War mode, kind of for the remainder of the game. So that's what we're going to be doing here. Now we've got Siam, and we are going to be able to annex that in 5 years with ooh, hey, sweet, we got fertilizers. Oh yeah, cool. And let's pick up some mutual funds too. Is this going to be suckling? Oh, it's going to be both of you. All right, that's fine. I mean, I'm happy that you guys are trying to assert your independence, but this does not seem like the way to do it. Because we are going to destroy you. Now we have a new truce with Qing until 1885. So I think we'll do the next war with China in the next episode. Field hospitals. Oh man. Yes, field hospitals are going to be rad. So field hospitals get you minus 50% morale loss and plus 75% recovery rate. And given that we're going to be, fighting a lot of wars here, I'm very happy to be getting those. Okay, crushed the Ainu. For those of you who are just tuning into this run, this is the Mandate of Heaven. We are going to be playing a game where we're going to be working with the devout all game. Unfortunately, because some of the laws are bugged, like religious schools and charity hospitals, for instance, are supposed to get 10% per level, and instead they're just a flat 10%. It's going to be hard to keep the Buddhist monks, powerful forever, but we're going to try really hard to do it. And so we're going to leave them on permanent bolster here, and we're gonna have the intelligentsia on a permanent suppression. But we're doing some different things here. We're not using migration. We're not using multiculturalism. We're gonna get most of our strength and most of our growth from going into China. That's gonna be how we're gonna keep our construction sectors moving, because that is sort of the problem when it comes to when you're doing this sort of stuff. Fortunately, because we're still picking up pops inside of China, we are able to keep getting peasants, but we'll see how long that loop continues for. Now, we're not going to put mutual funds on everywhere. We're actually only going to put it on the places where it's going to empower capitalists alongside aristocrats. Anywhere there's already capitalists, we don't need to empower the industrialists any further. They're already going to be incredibly strong here. So we're just going to add them alongside aristocrats. Down to 16% peasants. Oof, that's spooky. That is spooky. May 1885. All right, cool. So our next war we need to plot out against Qing. Ooh, 5 million peasants. 5 million peasants. All right, so yeah, we'll take Hainan as our main war goal. Yeah, we'll take Hainan as our main war goal. Oh my god, China's lost their defensive pact with Russia. All right, China. It's been good knowing you. Oh my god, we're gonna get aniline and shift work before we get pump jacks. This is a disaster. This is a disaster. Our insane obsession with our military is the only thing that makes it okay is that we are gonna be able to leverage it here. If China cannot find an ally, there's a very good chance that we'll be able to rip the country apart. We might be able to double our population in one war, actually, if we're able to conquer that section without them backing down. I don't know if it's going to cause a coalition against us is the only problem. But, you know, if it does, it does, right? If it does, it does. I hope it doesn't. I don't want to have to fight absolutely everybody starting right now, but if we do, what are you going to do about it? Oh yeah, we're going to need to get enough authority to start suppressing the trade unions at some point, aren't we? Because otherwise they're going to become problems. Good thing we don't have any of this democracy laying around. If we get the war with China and they don't back down, then that'll probably be where we put a pin in for the episode, because the war against China is going to be a big deal, right? The war against China is going to be absolutely crazy. And shift work increases our cap here. Awesome. That is a huge upgrade to our economy. All right, well, line is still going up. We're still doing okay there. We are still doing okay there. If we can get all of Indonesia, that would be a lot of hardwood too. Yeah, that'd be a lot of hardwood and a lot of rubber. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. All right, so in 1 month we can begin a diplo play against Great Qing. We are working with some debt, but it's okay, right? As long as our economy keeps growing, then the debt doesn't matter. That's the modern lesson, right? There's a new party in town in France. A 76% rural folk has taken control and declared us their rival. All right, well, let's see if they're serious about it. Let's see if they're willing to intervene if we attack China, because we're just gonna go for it here. We're just straight up going for it. We're blowing past the infamy cap. Well, I imagine quite a few people are gonna be pretty mad about all of this, but in the event that any of you care to do anything, you are allowed to intervene. Spain, for instance, already has. I mean, we're taking a big slice of China if they fight this and they lose. And importantly, it's a big slice of China that opens us up to start moving into Yunnan. Oh my god, if we could get Yunnan in the second war, that'd be huge. That would be enormous. But we do need this war to fire. We need them to be willing to fight this, because we need to fight and we need to win, because we need these pops. We need somewhere to build. We're running pretty low on peasants. 5% peasants right now. 5% peasants. I wish that I had started invading China like a decade earlier, but I don't know if we had the time to, honestly. Okay, so we're gonna get our fight with China, and we've got it teed up right here for the next episode. So I'm kind of curious to see how this turns out. We are gonna be fighting against just like 1v1 versus China, so that's a pretty solid lineup for us, at least nominally. We will find out if we have enough here, but if we can win this would be huge, because we are down to 700,000 peasants. But we are fighting a war to take. We're fighting for like 16 million more peasants that we can build with. So if we can win this war, we will enormously expand the size of our economy. So look forward to that in the next episode of Mandate of Heaven. We'll finish up this war against China. Hopefully we will conquer enormous swaths of populations for us to upgrade. We will probably integrate Manchuria, and of course we are going to do all that with 100% radicals from conquest, because we will. Like, it's what else? What else are we gonna do? Like we got. Fortunately, we have a level 5 law enforcement and level 4 secret police. If you've got some problems with the government here in the Mandate of Heaven, the Emperor Komei is gonna hear about it. All right, that's Walker. Take care.